G'day, welcome to Sale, once known to the Aboriginals as Wayput. The first settler in the area was Archibald McIntosh. He settled in the area in 1844. He called it Flooding Creek, and it was really ironic because 12 months later the whole area flooded and washed him out. Oh well. In 1851 there was a gold rush at Omeo, and Sale became the thoroughfare to Omeo's gold rush. It was named Sale in 1851 after Major General Sir Robert Sale. It was surveyed and properties were sold. There was a building boom between 1855 and 1865. So we're going to walk around Sale and show you some of the architecture that is around this area today.
Sale had an original clock tower built in 1884. That clock tower was adjacent to the post office in Sale. They demolished that particular clock tower and they rebuilt it. In 1988, they took componentry of the original clock tower and balustrades and incorporated it into this current clock tower. Okay, we have massive floor stock. Is that in sale or for sale?
So there's one thing that really fascinated us is the port of Sale. Sale being fairly inland, we were trying to work out what it meant by the port of Sale. Well, it just so happens behind us, we've discovered the port of Sale. Now this was a hand-dug canal that connects through to the Thompson River, which then goes right through to Wellington, Lake Wellington, and then all the way down through to Paynesville. So this is why it's called the Port of Sale.
Okay, the Cobb and Coach building behind me was built in 1878. It's clad with red gum timber. But in 1864 they started a service from Melbourne to Sale, a 24-hour service to get you up and back by coach. That would have been an interesting ride back in those days, that's for sure.
all my fans, I know they've been hanging out to see me. Peter here, next to me here is my Uncle Anthony, but he's got his own channel as well, so I'm introducing you to Uncle Anthony.
Yep, and also my channel is Antonio Travels. If you're interested in that, just look us up. Joe will probably put it in the description, but that's me.
And if you're not, it doesn't matter anyway.
That doesn't matter anyway, that's right, exactly. All right, so
behind us
is the Sale Water Tower, built in 1888. So operated until 1970, until they built the concrete one, which we'll show you in a second. And it was refurbished in
2018.
2018, there you go. Very lovely structure. Today it holds the museum, okay, the Sale Museum, only open on Saturdays between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. So if you're interested, come down on a Saturday.
Window of opportunity.
There you go.
I can't see them queuing, although.
No, there's no queues today, definitely not.
All right, that's it.
Okay, picture this, a mass planting of palms. Now, approximately when do you think these palms were planted? I hear you say? Okay, well, I reckon it's around the early 20s. And why would I say the early 20s? And what do palms have in common with maybe Egypt? Okay, so after the First World War and the return of servicemen, the palms became very popular as a reminder of time spent in Egypt.
Behind me is the Criterion Hotel, which was built in 1865. The actual veranda was actually added in 1877, and the building adjacent behind me on your left was built in 1890, and it was actually a sampling room. Sampling? Not sure what that was all about. We will be staying here tonight, and we're actually staying in boutique rooms. We are at the powder magazine, the Sale Powder Magazine, which was built in 1864, overlooked by Sergeant Edward Scanlon from 1865. The powder magazine was used for
gunpowder.
And gunpowder was used for blasting rock faces in the mines, in the gold mines. I think we have a new friend. Hello.
Yeah, but we're trying to find gold.
Correct, correct. Yeah. Anyway, it's one of the last examples of powder magazines in the area, so it's quite important that they save this. However, there is another one in Victoria, which is in Beechworth, which is another fine example. So if you're ever in the areas, whether it be in Sale or Beechworth, check them out.
That's it.
Okay, we've come to the end of our time in Sale, and I hope you've enjoyed the Heritage Walk today. Lots of wonderful buildings, nice big open wide streets. Sale's actually got quite a bit to offer as far as a livable city goes. Anyway, we're here at the Botanic Gardens. They were set aside in 1860. But Peter, who was the gentleman behind it all?
Well, Baron von Mueller has got a very interesting past in Victoria because he actually did lots of the plantings in the Melbourne Botanic Gardens. I think he also did them at Castlemaine, and he has provided seedlings for the gardens here in Sale. I would like to commend SAIL because as we have walked the historic tour of SAIL today, we have noticed all the lovely vegetation and all the infrastructure development that they have put in place. So the town presents, from a vegetation point of view, beautifully. Congratulations, SAIL.
Baron von Mueller actually designed the gardens here in 1872. So we're going to sneak in there and have a little play with some of the equipment and see some of the peacocks before we head off. So thank you for joining us today and look forward to another adventure with you guys.
No idea about music.
Yes, you do, Jojo. You just don't know how to play one of these xylophones.
No, but see if I can play something anyway.
Jojo, that sounds very pleasant. It actually has a bit of a Thai feel about it.